Hi friends, thank you for coming back. This is Crystal from Crystal Clear Plans, and today we are going to be planning in my Catchall planner for the last week of January. So stick around if you'd like to see what we have in store today. I don't know about you, but for me, I want to wrap up winter. At the end of January, because February we start to use all of the Valentine's Day stickers, and I think this is going to be the last week that I use any of these winter stickers. So this last week of January, we are going to be using this Casthetic Plans book, the Evergreen book, and I want to use these blue stickers. And I have this navy blue washi tape. I don't remember where I got this. This may be from Hobby Lobby. But I'm going to be using some of this with these forest animals, moose, bear, fox, and some of these navy blue boxes and clouds, some of these little decor layering items, mountains, and so on. So let's get started. Okay, I don't have a lot going on this last week of January. Let me get my monthly overview over here off to the side so I don't forget anything. Okay, I mean, not that I have a whole lot going on, but I don't want to forget. Okay. And then we're going to decoratively date. I think we're going to use this Kell Plan Volume 4 to date everything at the end. Okay, so let me see what I have left from the last time I used this book as far as the clusters go. Because if you are new to Cassie and her Casthetic Plans books, she does like to do a lot of clustering for you ahead of time, and I love it. I really do. But it looks like I've already used most of, or all of, I think this was one of the all blue. So that's fine. We will just create our own. And we do have clear and paper. Let's see. These are all paper. Oh no, these are clear. And these are paper. Paper. Okay. I think I'm going to try to use mostly paper, just because it'll make it easier when it comes to having to white out a whole lot. So I want to get started with one of these bigger stickers. So let's do that. I have this big sticker, and I think I'm going to put it down towards the bottom here, and I am going to go a little off the line here down to the bottom of the page, just to try to fit in as much as possible. Okay, that looks pretty straight to me. We're going to trim off this excess down at the bottom. All right. So how has your January been? Did you get much snow? I thought that we would see more snow here in Japan after everybody warning us that we get snow. Well, not really warning us, but just letting us know that Japan can get snow. Just because we were going from Sicily, which is a lot warmer, to Japan, and we aren't quite used to the cold weather like we used to be. Well, I don't know that I ever was, honestly. I do not like the cold at all. Okay, so I put this sticker down here. Now, I do want to add some washi tape, so I think I'm going to add some up here. Let's go on the bottom of this line. I don't know that I want to go all the way across, but I do want some. And I'll just get my craft knife and trim this. And I probably make a lot of you nervous about my craft knife because I just kind of toss it around and don't cap it back. I do apologize. Can't talk. I will try to do better. Okay, I think I'm just going to give it that uneven tear there. I like the way that looks. And I think that I will put this house here. I'm going to trim the bottom to make it flat. And then we'll add this little house up here. Now, I did say I wanted to put some of these layering elements in there, and I haven't done it, so let's go back and get some of those. Okay. What do I want to add behind that? I do want to use these clear ones, since we are layering some paper elements on top. And I think I'm going to use this one, this sticker that's a little darker, just because this has a lot of lighter colors, and I hope that it'll stand out a little better. All right, so do I want it this way? Maybe I do. Okay, let's see what that looks like. I mean, it covers up a lot of it, honestly, but it kind of helps it stand out a little bit, so we're gonna leave it. And down here, I do want to do some of the same, so let's maybe try some on this edge down here, on this lower corner. And I think we are going to put some more of this darker blue. Since our washi tape is so dark, I don't want to do anything too light. So how about this? And we're just going to edge that in a little closer, like so. Okay. All right. So we have that. All right, now what else do I want to add? Let me see. I do need a box for Thursday, so let's put that in before I go any further. And I think we will use this medium blue right there on Thursday. Let me make sure, just how looks a little crooked to me, so I'm gonna try to fix that. Okay, well, that looks a little better. All right, and then I do like to put a large box down on the weekends, so that way I have room to put anything that we do over the weekend on here. I think I'm going to extend it off of the edge here a little bit. And before I do that, I do want to white out some of these lines. So let me get my white out. Let me find it. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I'm going to white this line out. And oh, let me turn my page. That. Okay. I'm going to need to white this out a little bit lower here, like that. Okay, I don't want it quite all the way to the edge, but nearing the edge. Just like that. And I went a little too far with my whiteout. Scratch some of that off. And maybe we will add, oh, I know what we'll do. We'll put some more of those layering elements on here. So let's go back to that page and add some of that. Okay. How about some of this gray? Some of this? Yeah. Let's try it. All right. I don't know that I like the way you can see that. So let's try something else. I think what I want to do is, instead of having the whole thing down, is this going to come up okay? Oof, we're gonna try. Oh yeah, okay, that works. I think instead of having it all the way behind there, I am going to cut this and just use part of it. I'll cut it along this line here, just so I don't have so much shadowing behind there. And then I'm going to place it right here. Okay, that works. And I like the way that looks better. It doesn't have any of that shadowing coming through underneath. All right, so we have that. Now, I want to move to this left side for a minute. And I do want to put a sidebar box. Let me see what I have to work with. I have navy blue and I have that medium blue. And so far I've only used light blue and medium blue. Let's use this dark blue. And I think what I'm going to do is put it towards the top and then put decor at the bottom. I think that's what I want to do. So we're going to line this up. It's a little crooked. Line this up right here. Why does it look a little crooked? Okay, there we go. Just like that. And then down here, I'm going to white out where it says note going to put some decor down here. And down there, I do want to put some of these trees, maybe. Yes, some of these single trees. How about we add a couple of these? Okay, I think, what do I want to do? I'm going to add this here. We'll put it off of the page a little bit. We'll put that there. And I'm going to put a flat edge on this pine tree. And I will put it down all the way to the bottom of the page. Like that. Let's trim some of this off. Okay, like that. And then we're going to add some of these animals. I think we will put this little deer up here. And then down here, we're going to put maybe this moose. And I'm going to put a flat edge on the bottom of the sticker also. Like that. All right, does that look okay? Does it kind of look like he's floating in the air? He does, doesn't he? Okay, let's reevaluate. Maybe we'll put him down here too. I always struggle with that, trying to add depth with these stickers, and I don't know if it's just because these are flat stickers, especially these that are more of like a silhouette, but anyway. Okay, so we'll do it that way, and maybe we can add another tree back there. Maybe a smaller tree. This one that has a little more snow to it. Maybe we can layer it and make it look more of like a forest, possibly. Would that work? Would it look more like a forest that way? I don't know. We'll try. Okay. Well, I don't know. We'll leave it. If it really bugs me, I'll come back and take it off. But for now, I think we'll leave it as is. Okay, let us move over to this side and maybe, oh, I know what I'll do actually. Instead of layering these two here, like I thought I would do, I think I'm going to just press those down, and I'm going to add some trees to the bottom of that box. I think I like that idea much better. Just to the inside there, we have that one, and we will put one of these other pines. Right there. Okay. All right. So I like that. Now let us put some more of these larger decorations. And we do have snowflakes to add, so don't want to forget about that. Okay. Now what other sticker do I want to put in? Let's see. There's that. Maybe I want to put some mountains. So let me go back. And I have this large sticker. We can put it across the top here. Or we can put it across here. This is pretty long. Maybe we can have it going across here. Like that. And then I'll just cut it right here. And then I also have washi tape that I can add. So don't want to forget about adding some to this other side. So we'll cut this little piece off like that. And then I do want to add a box in here because I do have something going on what day? On Tuesday. So Tuesday we're going to add this box over here. Like that. And I want to put some of that blue layers on here. I've used a lot of stickers off of this one page, so I want to try to finish it off if I can. Let me grab my tweezers, give me a little help here. And on this box, it's going to run into the same problem as that. So I'm going to cut some of this. And oh, there's a little piece here. Let me take this little paper piece off. Okay. And I'm going to add this. Just a second. Okay. We're gonna add it over here, like that. And I wanna add something here, because it's a little low compared to the other peak, which is fine. I just wanna add a little something back there. And I think we will add this piece. I need to lift this other side up too. So let's do that. Like that. And then we will put that up. Okay, so there's that. All right, I like it. Now, what else are we going to put around here? I do want to add another couple of boxes just to add more to the spread. This, I don't have a navy box, but I do have navy washi tape, but I feel like I want to add a box to this side. So how about this big box? Do I like it? Maybe this direction? I think so. I do want to add a few lines also if I can. So that will be something that we look into also. I'm going to white out part of this box and the line that's here on the page. All right, like that. And then on this side, I'm going to put a medium color box. And I think I'm going to go with that same size box, and I think I will put it this direction. Something like that. Yeah. I just need to white out a little bit here. Okay, and I am going to white out some of this light blue box. I like it, how it looks clean when you white out those colors. All right, went a little far on this side, so I'm just going to take my tweezer and scrape some of that off. All right, there's that. Okay, so we have that. I think I'll add some lines up here, maybe here, here. And here. Put a few down there. Okay. So up here, let's do some more. I think what I will do is I'm going to add some washi tape because we haven't added any to this left side. And where do I want to add it? I think maybe we add it over here. And then we are going to cut it right there with that uneven line on the outside, and we will cut it straight down with my craft knife here. Take that off. Okay. And up here, we'll add something else. What do we want to add there? Okay, so I think we do have mountains, we have a house, we have a stream. Let's add this over here. I'm going to trim this off at the bottom. Make it a little flat to sit on top of that washi. And then I want to add something to layer in the background. Let's go back to our page where we've been using a lot of this. We've got gray. We've got navy, gray, navy. Let's put some navy back here if I can find some. Maybe this circle, since we don't have anything like this on that side. let's see, how do I want to do this? Like that? Yeah. We'll put that here. And we're going to put this part like so. I want to scooch it over, I think. We're going to move it over closer to the right so that there's a little more showing. I think that's what I want to do. Like that. Yeah, I like that. Okay, is that going to, that might be in my way a little bit for my lines. Okay. Oop, I tore it. Okay. Well, if that's the worst thing that happens, we'll be fine. Okay. Let me scooch this over. It's not as covered as I thought it was going to be, so we can scoot it back a little bit. About like that. Yeah, that's plenty. Press that down really well. Once you pull them up a couple of times, it's like they don't want to stick down to the paper as well. Okay. All right, I like that. Let me get my stencil and we will put some lines in. And I think I want to use some blue ink for this. So let me go get a blue pen. I've got all these pens and they're all black ink. I'll be right back. Okay, I have this Micron, Pigma Micron in this navy blue color. What color does it say? Does it say a color? It doesn't really say, but we can see it's navy blue. Let me make sure it's not going to be too bright. So let me come over here to this paper. Kind of looks black, doesn't it? Oh well. We know it's not black and it'll be fine. It's not too bright, so that's the point. Okay, we are going to put our stencil down, line that up, and we'll use this to make our lines. So do you like these Micron pens? I like them. They're really nice. I should use them more often, honestly. I have so many pens. Sometimes I forget exactly what I have. I have to rotate through my pens so that way I use them. Don't want them to dry out and then, you know, kind of defeats the purpose of having them if they dry out before you can use them. Okay. So like that, I'm going to add some here and here. Line this up. Okay. Okay, there's that, and we will put one more up here. And this will be the last set. Oops. Didn't need to do that. Okay. Let me fix that little mistake I made. might need to let it dry. Or maybe I can use, let's see, maybe I just need to clean the tip of this pin. We'll try one more time. Okay, that'll do it. Okay, it's not perfect, but it'll work. Okay, so that is that. I think all we need to do now is put some dates at the top and the month. So for that, we are going to go in with this Kell of a Plan, Volume 4, Dated Basics. And I have these days of the week here. And we are going to put these down. This is going to cover the whole date. That's okay. We will put the dates back on when we're done. All right. I don't know about you, but just looking at this spread makes me cold. I do not like the cold. I like to be cozy, wrapped up in a blanket with some hot tea, hot cocoa, cup of coffee, something that's going to warm me up. Okay, there's that. Now let's go back and put the dates on. And I do have some navy blue dates that we're going to use. Just got to get to the page. We have these light colored ones. I wonder if we could use that. No. I think we're just going to stick with these navy blue ones. Okay, so we are going to start with what, the 29th? No, the 26th. Wow, I was way off. Okay. Here's the 26th. Move that out of the way. And we will trim that little bit that's hanging off the top in just a minute. I've been trying to use up this sticker book before, or use as much of it as I can anyway, before I move on to the next volume 5. We'll see how that goes. So far, so good. All right, let's trim these edges off. Well, this January, I didn't feel like lasted quite as long as last year in January. That January felt like it was 1,000 days long. I don't know why, but now we're almost into February. Okay. Now for the month, I think because this is a January and February. I think what I'm going to do is just make it January because that's what most of the days are in this week. And I don't have a blue January to add. So I think that I'm just going to put a black January color font on here, and we'll call it good. I kind of wish I had that chunky font like the days of the week, but I do not. So I guess the next best thing is just going to be this regular typewriter type, kind of bold font. Is that going to cover? Yes. Okay. I don't need to white out. Okay. We'll put that there. There we have it. We have today's catch-all spread using Evergreen sticker book by Casthetic Plans and the Dated Basics by Kell Volume 4 and this navy blue washi that I believe is from Hobby Lobby. All right, well, thank you so much for hanging out with me, putting this spread together. I hope if you enjoyed, you would like to come back and hang out with me when I do some more planning and decorating. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today while I decorate my catch-all planner. If you would like to, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.